Hold on. Bell and Company.
Yes, another episode here. Bell and Company, the wonderful show we do every week here on Sundays right now at 8 and 9 live. And then, of course, it stays in the internet sphere forever after, on all of the podcasting sites, as well as it is on YouTube and it is also on Facebook. When I can get it figured out right. But anyway, I am Mario J. Bell. I can't say my name tonight. Mario J. Bell, the host. That you hear, the person you hear talking before me is Libby. Hey, Libby. and then we also have Joe Brunker. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
You always bring awesome guests. I say that every time because it seems like they're all so great. I just enjoy doing this with everybody that you seem to be connected with. And I hope that, even in May, if you're not here physically, you're still here on something. We're going to do video. We'll figure out video, whatever we got to do. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We can
just still have you on. And then, of course, the guests. We still got to have all great guests.
Yeah, no doubt.
And speaking of the guests, I'll let you guys introduce yourself. Hi, welcome to Bell and Company. How you doing?
Hi, good.
You guys both know Joe too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys played together? That I didn't catch.
Yeah. We've played shows, a couple shows together, and then also they had me act in their music video.
I was going to talk about the music video, so he brought that up. Right,
they've got a lot of good music videos for sure.
What were you in? What was he in the video? Was he just like a background, or did he sing for you?
He was.
I didn't see it, obviously.
He was part of a couple. So there was Joe Brunker played the male in the couple, and my now wife actually played the female in the couple. They were kind of having an argument in the video, and it kind of explores what was and what could have been. So a little bit of story to it.
So it's really cool. They got to check out that video. But let's just introduce you. So the name of the band and your guys' names. Go ahead.
The band name is Jackson Adams. That's ATOMS, like the molecules. My name is Dan.
There's more than one Jackson Adam, so it's Adams.
Yes, plural.
Yep, multiple Adams, and my name is Davin. So Dan and Davin.
Hey, Dan and Gavin, welcome to the show. Like I said,
Davin.
It's Davin. Don't you listen?
Oh, sorry.
Davin with a D.
I got. You know what? I'll tell you. You guys don't know this, but I've said it over and over again. Ever since I had
you
some
need a hearing aid.
I can't hear nothing. The blood's not going up to the. I don't know what's.
He's not going to sing "Oh Chariot" for you. He's not.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking in my head. So sorry. Anyway, welcome to the show. Glad to have you guys here. Obviously, you know Joe, as we mentioned. So, well, how did that come about? Let's start there because we just mentioned it. So, how did you guys meet and end up where you decided to have him in the video? How did that all come about?
We met
Homegrown.
I think it was Homegrown,
Possibly,
right?
Yeah. I think that's where it was. It was at Homegrown.
Yeah, we if you guys know the Homegrown Arts and Music Festival,
I
they
do.
host it in Lisle. So, all the bands locally get together and, play this big show and really celebrating original music. And I think we just at one point through connections of multiple artists, found our way and immediately clicked with Joe. And
you guys are awesome. One of my favorite performing bands.
We like the suburban stuff too. By the way, we're not all about just downtown Chicago stuff. Actually, we could be anywhere, really, because this podcast could be anywhere. But we focus a lot on Chicago area. But Lyle, that's how long has that one been going on? I think it's kind of new, isn't it?
Oh, like 11 years, I think.
Yeah,
11
like
years.
10. Okay, whatever, 10, 11. So it's established. But and then you guys met more recent, obviously. That was not like 10 years ago.
yeah,
Right.
That video is fairly new, isn't it? Like a year old or something, 2 years
About
old?
like 3 or 4 years ago was
it
when
3
we met,
now?
probably around there.
Yeah.
Because I saw that online.
Which Homegrown it was.
I think it was Homegrown 9.
Oh, okay. So it was like 2 years.
So
ago.
wherever we're at now,
Yeah.
that'll help you figure out everybody in the audience. That's pretty cool, though, that you guys were networking, just hanging out backstage, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was always fun just like seeing them play because I always love a band that puts on a show, and those guys bring such an energy and their crowd always brings the energy as well.
Thank you, Joe. You do as well.
Yeah,
Joe
he's got a standard you have to meet for Joe.
I
right?
was going to say, you would talk about energy. I've seen Joe perform live, and the energy is unmatched.
The last show he was just talking about what happened with the chair. He had a chair incident at the last guest we did.
I was going to say, he didn't throw it off the top of
No, he
a
didn't
roof,
throw
right?
it, but
I was jumping off the chair and the chair was wooden. I You know, I made the risk because it was a wider base, so I was like, I could stand a little more over on it, and then the whole chair just like broke underneath my feet.
No.
So I went and bought Black Dog a new chair, and I signed.
But there's a good example of the energy he's got going. I mean, he's breaking chairs in his performances.
Got a career in wrestling at that point.
that would be great.
Probably should save it. You know,
Wait,
save the piece.
we had
of
a
the
music
chair.
concert. This is
I know, right?
WWE, right? Or whatever the local ones are now. WC. Well, there's so many of them now. There's a lot. You know, quick aside, wrestling, that type of wrestling, professional wrestling, actually did start with Windy City Wrestling in Chicago. So, you know, maybe you had inspiration
Yeah,
from
I
them, or
did
you're
not.
working for them part time or something, throwing chairs, doing the crazy shows.
I've never wrestled. How about you guys? You guys could be a great tag team.
Yeah, right. I think
Jack and Adam.
we'd get eliminated immediately.
Yeah, we don't wrestle.
Yeah,
Maybe
They're
we-
musicians,
we're the
all right?
mascots
They're
on the
professional
side.
musicians
We're the
over here.
mascot.
we
I
mentally
didn't
wrestle
even mean
each
to bring
other.
it up.
There we
No,
go.
you're
I
good.
apologize for that. So, how did you guys get together? What got you into doing this?
Well, we started playing music individually, I think, when pretty much our whole lives when we were younger. But we met at college, at Harper College, for the first time through a mutual friend. Aaron Wagner introduced us. Shout out, Aaron.
Aaron.
Hello, Aaron.
And yeah, I was a guitar player initially, and I had just started playing bass guitar. And my buddy Aaron had me come out to this open mic. He's like, I know this band that's looking for a bass player. You should come check them out. And I went in. I met Davin. We just started talking, jamming, hanging out, and the rest is history. I went from his bass player to his drummer to his bass player and drummer to his emotional support animal to everything.
He threw it all in there.
My service
Okay.
animal. Yeah.
I mean, you know, you want to be able to fit in and do whatever they need for you at that point.
Yeah.
So, and you did, and you still do.
Yeah.
So,
Very
what are your
talented.
roles? Let's clarify. So, what are you doing now?
I am lately. I've been playing the drums live. I do drums and I do bass guitar in the studio, some percussion, and Davin.
Yeah, I play guitar and I sing, and then I'll, when we record, play, you know, keyboard, synthesizer, those kinds of things to fill out the sound. But that's pretty much it.
Sounds
That's
awesome.
The two of us.
He
They
does a
make
lot
some
of the songwriting, the main lyricist, and the man behind the message too.
Yeah, Dan helps me
all.
sometimes when I'm in a pinch with lyrics. So you're also good at that. But yeah, I kind of come up with a core idea, and then once I have something that I think is good enough, then I share it with Dan, and if he likes it too and has a reaction, then it's something we start working on.
Yeah.
Becomes part of the. It's on the page. It becomes the song, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
lyrics.
I really love your reel promotions, like the one with the coffee that you had. That one sticks out to
Oh.
me. Yeah, and like, there's a couple that's really stuck out to me. I've always watched your reels because I think you guys are really good at it.
Oh,
really? Thank you, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Reels is such a great little way to get your word out there. I mean, I can't believe people have like 5 million views on this thing, but it works out. I mean, it's a great medium, that's for sure. No doubt about that. So is that how you get a lot of music out to people, just doing the little, like, you know, the reels, or
Yeah, I think
where do you mostly play?
YouTube, Reels, like Instagram, anything, you know, Spotify, those kinds of avenues usually, and I would say, and then
Yeah.
of course playing live too. So for a long time before we really focused on being an original only band, we did a lot of cover shows, and we were playing out in the bars around the local scene, and they were nice enough where we'd be allowed to play some of our original music too. So then we would just kind of start filtering in songs, and then people would start requesting us to play original songs, and then kind of started growing from that. So we did a good about 5 years of playing out cover shows and those kinds of things.
Got our 10,000 hours in.
Yeah.
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
There's
They've got a great
it's-
fan base.
It's a good
Yeah,
way to
for
get
sure.
started. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's nice to have originals, obviously.
Mhm.
And Joe likes your stuff too. Obviously, he's having you come on the show, so that's pretty cool. I'm trying to think back to the Lyle where they do that. That's obviously live. It's like a big
Base
concert
camp.
event, but it's more than one day too, isn't it? It's like a big, almost like a Woodstock kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they've done 2 days, but recently more one day.
Oh,
it
they
seems.
switched it
I
now.
think so.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think it's all one.
But they have an indoor which they have a stage where, full bands play, and then they have an outdoor, which I think they have 2 stages maybe, and an acoustic stage.
I
and
believe so.
and a
Yeah.
full band stage. So they've kind of got them all going at different times, and so it's good to have options. And then they have vendors outside that sell local vendors that sell, different things, jewelry, artwork, gallery stuff.
It's like the big,
Photographers.
huge ones down like in Chicago. It sounds like the same thing. I mean, I don't think as many people probably go to the one that go to like with Perry and the big one downtown that everybody goes to.
Lollapalooza?
Thank you,
Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza, right?
Lollapalooza.
And that's huge. That's nuts. People coming from around
Yeah,
the
that's
world.
like people around the world coming there.
But I mean the Lyle one. That's why I brought it back up. It's got a pretty good following too. I mean, obviously doesn't have as many, but thousands.
One day it could be Lylepalooza.
Maybe.
You
I don't
know?
know. You guys can help make it that way.
I hope so. Yeah, we would love that. We'd love that.
Where are you guys from? I didn't catch that either.
Yeah, so I'm originally from the suburbs, from the Schaumburg area, and then I actually moved to the city for about 8 years, and then I just moved back out to the suburbs. So just did a full circle there.
Right on.
And I did the opposite circle. I grew up in Chicago, Northwest Side, and then I moved out to the suburbs. So I'm out in Palatine now.
So you guys know each other from the northwest side of Chicago area then.
Yeah, we're close, but we just we try to distance ourselves just enough to not drive each other crazy.
Stay away from the hubbub.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you do this at any of the city places at all, or you just stay away from city downtown or north side Chicago?
We've done.
Yeah, we've been trying to do more of the original shows in the city. Like we played Subterranean, we've done Beat Kitchen a couple times. We did Golden Dagger, Hard Rock. We've done a couple times.
Hard
in the
Rock's
past.
going away,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
It is sad. It is sad.
I think it just closed actually.
Yeah,
It's like this
they
week.
just had their last show, or I think I saw. But yeah, we played all over. We played in Iowa quite a bit. We played a bit in Wisconsin, and then a few shows in Indiana. So yeah, just like the Midwest area, I should say.
Okay, so you're
All
not
over.
just limited to playing out in Lyle. You'll go wherever they like the music and they want to have
Wherever
you live.
they'll have us.
You're all about the live. It sounds like, which
We
I
love
mean,
playing
why
live.
not?
Yeah, it's
Can
fun.
premiere a new song or
Oh, yeah.
whatever. Just kind of get a feel of the audience. Does it sound a little different? I can believe I've never asked this to other bands, but do you make it sound like based on what you see in the audience or what they're liking? You play, do you decide, oh, maybe we won't do that one tonight? Or do you pretty much play the same set every show?
Kind of depends on the show. So
Rotational.
with our setup, because we try to keep like a big sound, but we only ever have like 3 guys with us on stage usually. So we have some backing tracks for some of the parts that we don't have represented on stage. So our original shows are a little more programmed, but we could always be like, okay, let's skip this song, well, maybe we'll jump to this song. We can kind of adjust. But a lot of those are kind of more programmed versus some of the bigger cover shows where we're up there for like 3 hours and we might only have, half the set that's on tracks and everything else is kind of like free form. So we might be able to,
I like the freeform stuff. That's why
jam
I
something
thought
out
about
or-
it.
Yeah. So it kind of depends on the situation, the gig, what's going on around us. But
You mentioned the track. So there's only 3 of you said, but like the vocals, everything, that's all you guys.
yeah, all the vocals are
Lip
live.
sing everything.
Yeah.
No.
No, well, I hope
no,
not.
Milli
That's why-
Vanilli, right here.
No, boy.
Just kidding.
No,
we're training to
no.
go to mime school.
We just act like we play up there. No, we all the singing is live, and then it's just mainly like synthesizer
Yeah,
stuff,
it's like
like just little stuff
pads
to
and
kinda
keyboards,
fill
little
it out.
percussion and sound effects. Nothing. The drums are all live. Vocals are all live. Bass guitars live.
They sound spot on to their recordings.
Yeah.
But they also have the energy with it. And then also when you watch one of their music videos, it also brings you into a different area, like a different world. It takes you into the
I
story.
saw part of the one that you're in. That's why I wanted to know more about it. And then again, you didn't play live with Joe anywhere, have you?
Yeah, we
played
did.
Several shows.
You have played actually live with. Oh, okay.
Well,
With his band, we haven't played with Joe in our band, but we played
Yeah,
with
That's
yeah,
what I
Joe's-
meant. That's
Joe's
what I
band,
mean.
Yeah.
You haven't played together.
No,
didn't you
Nah.
come up on a song?
I
We
think I
did,
did.
actually.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
You did play together.
It was
Okay,
for the
that's
music
what
I
video.
know.
There's the
Yeah.
answer.
Subterranean. Yeah.
That was Sub
When
T.
we did
Okay, I was
Sub
wondering
T.
if it was Sub T or Golden. I was trying to remember
Yeah.
which one it was.
Yeah,
No, I thank you for reminding me. I did forget about
Well,
that.
I-
we had him
I-
come
I
up to
don't-
do
I think you
what I
mentioned
know.
something off the air. I'm like, it just made me think of that now. But
I
okay,
I almost forgot about that. Then when you were like, I was like, wait, did I sing something with them, or was that like a fever dream?
well, I might not be able to hear the names, but I can remember facts. So there you go. I'm like the savant guy over here. But yeah, I mean, I just love everything live. Or live to the live album. The gentleman that was on before owns Black Dog Vinyl Cafe. I mean, we're talking about vinyl albums, and of course, I didn't ask him it, but I should have. Like, what's your favorite live album? I don't know why I didn't think of it, but I thought of it now. But it's definitely a cool way to hear things. Don't you guys agree? You like doing it, recording it live?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or would you rather be in the studio?
For different reasons, I think. I think live you just have a different energy, and that makes it more that makes it a lot of fun. But when you're doing it in the studio, the nice part about it, creatively, you're able to have more access to tools and really do it how you want to do it. You have more options, I should say.
You can stop and start. Basically.
Yeah, and you can choose different instruments, or we've have a few songs where we went a little wild, where we were like, oh, let's really change this up or make this a lot different. That would be hard to reproduce live, But I think live music, for some reason, there's just an energy that you have that there's nothing that can replace it. I don't know how to explain it. And we really, when we play live, we try to, at least I try to really like look out at the crowd and make those individual connections as much as I can, and really just be in the moment and make everybody feel like, included, and everybody's there to have fun. And we almost all become kind of like of the same wavelength in a way. And at least that's the intention I try to bring. So it's fun. It's a magical thing.
Oh, thank
you.
Yeah, to play off of that, I think it's two different ideals when you're looking at, like, in the studio. The focus is kind of like capturing the song, getting everything nailed down, especially because creatively it's just the two of us. So we write and record everything, the two of us. So
maybe you can do some on the fly, I guess, when you're in the studio. But I'm talking about the sound itself. Don't you like the way it sounds when you're doing the live version of whatever you do?
So that's the live sound, the live energy. I think the energy is a big part of what we bring to the table. Why we like playing live so much is because that energy that comes with it, you kind of like take that to the next level, and that's the interaction with the crowd, the roar of the amps on stage, the feeling of the drums, when I'm up there. Yeah, it's exactly it. Like when I'm up there on stage behind the drum kit, I mean, I'm like wailing away, man. I'm pumped. I'm trying to get the crowd pumped. Like we're having a collective hype moment, and that's
sounds
like
great.
That's what it's all about for me.
I mean, like if you're at the big venues, like when even though Lyle's not as big as downtown Chicago, like Grant Park area, but it's still big. You got to really blast it out, and that's what I like hearing, because it's like intense.
Oh yeah,
and it sounds like you guys got. Do you have Adamites? Or I don't know what you would call your followers that just follow you in all the places.
Adamites.
I'm just thinking of this crazy.
I've been lovingly calling them the Adams family for the last couple of years.
I like that.
Adams with ATO, not ADA.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Exactly. No copyright.
Well, it's on the thing, so we can reference the video now.
We called ours Moonies.
Oh, I like that.
You do have a pretty good, people follow you around. Like we were talking about the last guest that we had on. A lot of people come back to that cafe because they like the way it is and all the things he offers and buy some vinyl. But do you have a lot of the same people at your audiences?
Yeah, we have definitely have a strong core following.
Without a doubt.
And, they're always Joe. Yeah, I mean,
they bring quite a crowd. It's awesome. And the crowd is always hype. Like they're always ready to jump around and dance and party, and that's what you want in an audience. That's like prime.
Amen,
audience
man.
Right there.
That's why I was touching on the live, because he mentioned it off the air that you guys kind of really get into it. I don't know about as much as Joe jumping on chairs, but it's a fun experience.
I leave that to Joe.
So
he's got to play guitar. I'm all like freehand, baby.
Right, you're holding down the mic. I guess you can jump.
I've got to fly around because I can't keep up with these guys. Like he's a dual instrumentalist.
You're lucky. You probably got the headset. You don't even need to hold the mic, right? No, you hold the mic.
No, I would never wear a headset. I can't.
Hold the mic.
I like the mic. I don't know. It's just
something
like,
about that.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tool.
Now, if I could figure out how to play the drums while I'm running around the stage, that'd be something.
I could see it.
Motley
like the ones Ricky Ricardo played, and what are those little? I forget those.
The bongos.
Like a small bongo.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call them. There's a different kind of one, but yeah, I guess you could do that.
Well, that's the fun part about watching you guys, like, because you both like really perform. Like it's not just one of you, it's both of you, like really putting everything into that, and that's cool.
Dan does actually come out from behind the drums sometimes, and he'll come up to the front of the stage and play tambourine or play other instruments that are we have like a small kick drum that he comes out, and he'll bring that and play that. So that's kind of another way to try to change up the feel of the whole thing and just bring them out. So yeah.
So there are more than just you two. Then I want to clarify that.
There are, so the creative writing band project is the two of us, but then when we play live, we have a third guy that we bring out to play bass guitar, depending on the show.
He's your
like
bass guitar guy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we did have actually one homegrown show. We had a keyboard player with us too. So
I remember.
yeah,
Wow.
depending on the gig, for bigger stuff, like we like to kind of scale a bigger band up, but usually it's just the three of us on the usual live shows.
I just want to make sure I mentioned everybody. We don't leave anybody out. You guys
Yep.
made it here to play tonight, and you guys are going to play something too. So this is all originals too. Let's clarify. We're not doing any covers.
No.
tonight.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you guys want to do, we got time. We could do. How many did we plan on doing?
Oh, I don't
As
know.
many as we
can
want,
prepare
or
like
what?
one
We
or
got
two,
30
you
minutes.
We got two ready.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Wanna
Let's
do
start with
one?
the first one, and we can
Heck
chat
yeah.
a little
Let's
more.
do it.
We'll do that. We'll play out the second one. So we're gonna get these guys ready.
And on this one, Dan's gonna play the guitar. So
Okay.
he's the multi-instrumentalist, bass player, drummer, guitar player.
Sounds good.
I do everything well enough to keep a job, but no better.
All right, you
Ready? Live
Here we go,
acoustic
in
here.
my head. All right, sure.
Oh, I love this
You
one.
want to count me out?
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Who have I become? Is it me or just someone that's run away from who I was? Just a stranger to my calls. I'm on a search for answers, but the questions still remain in my mind, in my soul. What's the end goal? In my head and in my heart, where it ends and where it starts, everything will fall in place, changing forms and changing states. Ooh. 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 I have that house and a wife, perhaps 2 children by this time. Was I wrong or was I right? Time keeps passing right on by. Is destiny a real thing? The wind is calling, but not my name. Was I late or was this time? Have I already? In my head and in my heart, where it ends and where it starts, everything will fall in place, changing forms and changing states. Ooh. 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 changing states. In my head and in my heart, where it ends and where it starts, everything will fall in place, changing forms and changing states. Ooh.
Yeah, all right. Live on Bell and Company. Great song. I like that a lot. No wonder you guys got such a great fun. What was that? What's the name of that one again? Let's get it right.
It's called In My Head.
In
That's
My Head.
also
I
a
didn't want to
music
say it
video,
wrong.
right?
That's what I thought. In My Head, right here on Bell and Company. What are you saying, Joe?
I think that's also a music video. I watched that one.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Man, I just want to drink something, just relax here. It was good. We got a lot of good
Thank
stuff
you.
here, and everybody again. This is all like these guys are all local, that we have on here. Yeah, we can be heard anywhere across wherever people can hear a podcast after it's live. But man, I like focusing on the acts that are like maybe not as well known in Chicago, but they're on here now. So we get a lot of views. Let me tell you, it's gonna pop up there. People are gonna be like, "Yeah, I saw you on that podcast." It
I
might
can't
take
wait.
a little bit. It
Oh,
won't be tonight necessarily, but it'll be. Next
We're
week.
patient.
Next week we got the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
in the next
maybe
couple
people,
weeks,
Yeah, people will be waiting to watch the Super Bowl because we actually won't be here because of the Super Bowl. But
my favorite thing to tell people is every band that you love, every national touring band started as a local band.
Mhm.
So
True.
support your local artists.
perfect
because-
thing to say.
You never know where they're going to end up.
That's not what the singer from OTEP says. She apparently she went on a tirade against local artists, and she wouldn't allow anybody play any local bands play at her shows, and then she just lost all her audience over the years because
Gee, I wonder why.
Where's she at? Who's that? Who are you talking about?
She's a singer in a heavier rock band, I believe. Yeah. She kind of just started hating on all the locals and any
Really?
local artist, even though she was one.
And
Yeah,
where is
so
she
it's-
now? That's
What a
the question.
hypocrite.
I think she just had her last show a couple months ago.
That's one of those, the saying, never forget where you came from comes to
Mhm.
mind.
Quite literally.
Agree 1,000%.
No kidding.
That person that was like the clerk, the next day could be the president of the company, or not
Mhm.
next day, but next time you see him could be the president of the company. So that is true. I mean, the music business is the same way because right now you guys are playing here locally on the podcast. Next thing you know, you're going to be in LA recording and doing a live tour, starting out in LA or whatever. So it happens, and I know it can, and you guys sound great, by the way. I really like that.
I
song.
could really see that for them because they have such a crisp, fine sound and a good crowd. So I mean, I could definitely see them being one of those bands that takes into the.
They
into the
remind me of
alternative-
America.
The band America.
Yeah,
Interesting. You guys ever hear that?
That's an
the first
interesting
time I've heard that
comparison.
one. I like that though.
it does. It reminded me of the acoustic guitar and
Yeah.
the singer and the way you sing and yeah.
I can hear it.
don't-
Thank you.
I
don't know
wouldn't
the
have thought of
terms.
America, but I'll go
I
with
don't
that.
know. It
That
reminded me
makes
of
sense.
America. Yeah.
Hey,
That's cool.
that's the beauty of music, It's like everybody has a different perspective and like where you came from or what sticks out to you, and
Eye of the
we just
beholder.
appreciate that.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
all
exactly.
subjective.
Again, where are they finding you guys besides live? Like, if they want to find your albums, are you on like a lot of the like-
everything, Spotify, iTunes,
Amazon Music, Apple Music. You can find our profiles on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Music's everywhere again.
everywhere? What about like those sites that we were talking about a couple weeks ago? Desi something. What's that one? Joe was talking about it. Like they were having issues, but a lot of people use it. I can't think of the name of it now. Put myself.
Yeah, I
on
have no
it.
clue.
Music.
Oh, you're talking about
DistroKid?
DistroKid?
DistroKid.
Why
DistroKid.
did I never remember that name? That's like
I
the
think
third
we're
time
on
somebody's
there.
talked
I
about
don't
it.
know.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that one.
they're. I don't know if
Distri-
they like host music. They're a distribution.
No,
site, I
they're
know,
just
but-
distribution.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we were talking about DistroKid doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they recently had some lawsuits though. So like a lot of artists left there apparently, but left using them. They don't distribute them. They found other sources like CD Baby.
We've been a CD
So,
baby.
so it's
Yeah.
kind of like a
Yep.
self-publishing thing. You're not the only band that's talking about it, but that's kind of what this is, right? In a
Yeah.
way.
It's where you upload your tunes. Yeah,
we,
basically.
Yeah,
we've
it's kind of
always
like
been
a
CD
hub.
Baby, I think.
Yeah, we've been on CD Baby for our entire career.
We
But-
started on CD Baby. Over the Sun did. Yeah, and
Oh,
then
nice.
DistroKid was what we jumped to, and then we were on with the Orchard. They have a different platform
I
too.
want to understand something. What the difference is between saying, okay, I've got something on SoundCloud, or I'm on Spotify, I'm on some of these podcasting sites, but you go with DistroKid or this other. What's the other one name again? Say it
CD
again.
Baby.
Yeah, if you're on CD Baby, what's the difference?
So it's basically like a hub that you upload your music to once, and it sends it out to all the other platforms. So
Like Deezer.
Yeah. So we will, anytime we release a song, we will upload it to CD Baby, and it'll send it out to Amazon, Apple, TikTok, Spotify. Yeah, all the streaming platforms. Tidal.
So how do you guys get paid then from that? That's the part I never understand. How's everybody getting money out of this?
Certain amount of streams, but you don't get paid much.
They basically they track royalties for you, and then they pay you on that. So the nice part about doing something like that centralized through like one organization like CD Baby or whatever it is they have the ability to track your music being played from everywhere, or different radio, internet radio, etc., and then they give you the funds back. How they
Okay.
do it and is it accurate? I don't know. Who knows? I'm not sure how the calculations
That's why I mean,
work.
I'm kind of fascinated by all these outlets. There's so many of them now. I mean, with radio broadcasting, it's all become like live videos and streaming on like IntellectualRadio.com is more common than your local radio station, 94.7 or something out of Chicago, whatever it is. But just how they expect you guys to make a living doing it is what confuses me. I mean, I'm even still figuring that out with radio. It's like, how am I supposed to be like this big time? I mean, I know how some of the guys did it back in the day. They were with a bigger radio production company, like the people that own WLUP, for instance, the old Loop in Chicago. I'll just throw that out there because I worked there. They were part of a company that had like 800 stations, or whatever, 300 stations, whatever the number, a lot. So what does it do now for you in the music business? Do they get you out to a certain amount of people then?
Yeah, you want to know the secret to making a living in music today? Have a day job.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to crush everyone's dreams here, Dan.
This is
I
a sad
really-
reality.
There's like a pie chart, and maybe it's updated and had changed now, but I think it still stands true. Is the that I think like merchandise is one of the number one ways that artists get paid, and then
Marketing.
live
The
shows,
most direct way is probably merchandise.
and then live shows, and then probably maybe like licensing. Is it bill placements?
Sync licensing.
Sync
Yep.
licensing.
So
So
if you can get a song in like a
Movie.
movie or a TV show or a video game
Oh,
or
that
something,
makes sense. Sure.
that's
that
a
pays
big
pretty
one.
good.
Yeah,
that pays
that's
really good, actually.
That's huge to get one of those.
And they
But
try to get to. You think they go with like the bands that are not say, I don't know, I'll just throw a name out there, Smashing Pumpkins or something. They're out of Chicago, but if you're not at that level, do they still use you for movies and stuff?
it kind of depends, because I'm pretty sure they have like databases that you can like upload your songs. You can like throw your songs out on these databases that people working on these projects might search and like happen to come across something.
So it doesn't necessarily
But-
matter that they have 1 million hits. They're not really looking for that if they're going to use your song in a movie, for instance.
No,
Or
they
TV
don't
show.
look for that. They honestly just find it. I've known a lot of friends that like they've never been listened to before, but then that one song got picked up by a syncing right, and then they're totally just their fan base just grew like thousands because people want to see who the artist was that sang that song.
I didn't mean to get
Awesome.
all into the business. I'm just
No, it's a
I'm just thinking about it tonight. I should have asked it to a lot of the other artists have been on. Where like to find you, you say that, but then so basically, I think seeing you live is key, and then maybe getting the licensing, but seeing you live and buying your shirt. So like, if they want to find you guys online, do you have a website? I didn't ask that.
Yeah,
Do you have a
it's
website?
just jacksonadams.com.
Say
So,
it again.
Jax and Adams, ATOMS.com. So just
Got it.
the name.com. I just have an idea though. Like, I wonder if you're now I do nothing with making TV shows or Netflix or any of that, but I would imagine you might, if you're doing like a show, maybe it's just the indie person to me. You don't want that big name. You want kind of someone, because you don't want it to distract from like the show and the characters. So like maybe having something that's not as well known keeps it a little more authentic. Like if you hear a big band that's on there, everybody's thinking about, that's this band, and it kind of takes you out of the show. I don't know.
Well,
Is that a
like-
thing?
So all you
I'm an
indie
indie guy.
filmmakers listening, get a sync from Jackson Adams.
Yeah,
Well, a
I don't know.
perfect example of this, what bringing this up is what we thought of right away. It's Groundhog Day. When we're doing this live, it's Groundhog Day. And what did we think of? Actually, Libby made the joke about the song she played. She in
I
the
got
head.
you, babe.
Yeah, she kept singing that song. I got you, babe, in the last show. So I mean, but what did we didn't talk about the movie and Bill Murray and what's going on. We thought of that song. So
Yeah.
maybe that could be a bad thing. So another reason why they'd want you guys,
Right.
X and Adams, right?
We are
Right here out of
available.
Chicago area.
If you're a Netflix person, or we don't discriminate. Any Amazon, whatever.
Hulu, wherever you're working.
We're available.
If you're working out of your garage, you know.
Okay.
Primal Moon
Please
recently
feed
got a
us.
song in a documentary.
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it was
Right on.
it was a wrestling documentary.
Joe-
Yeah, it was-
Joe-
Let's go.
That's
Yeah,
in line
it-
with the chair.
But
Joe
that's
helped that,
more
didn't
of
he?
just knowing, like, because like sometimes you could like we played a show at Comedy Shrine, and the guy used to like kind of run Comedy Shrine, and then he became a producer for this.
But you got that. You did the
Dang.
guerrilla marketing part of it to get that.
Oh no, I knew him from a while back. I used to do improv there. But,
Again,
like,
Joe's
but,
connection.
like you can get into films. I think I know a person who's a director who runs a production studio. Probably wouldn't pay as much as like if you sold it to a big production company, but he has a good production studio. I've been in a short film for him. He gets a lot of indie artists to be on there, and I think your music is right up his alley.
This
I
is
love
advice
that,
we
man.
should have been.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
send it to him.
We should have been talking about this with a lot of people who've been on, but at least we brought it up. So
Hey,
thanks for bringing that
fresh
up. I'm glad
conversation.
we talked
Yeah,
about
no,
this.
I'll send you info on Dan. He's really cool.
Shout out Joe Brunker.
People
Yeah.
helping people. We used to work at a place called that actually, but anyway, that's really cool. And we're gonna find you then. Sounds like we can find you pretty easily. And at some live event around here in the Chicagoland area, maybe what'd you say? Wisconsin, Iowa. You've been to Iowa. You said I heard
Yeah.
Iowa.
yeah.
Iowa, Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois.
That's a pretty big area.
Yeah, just kind of
Yeah.
all around the Midwest.
That's
if
great.
you will.
So you at some point you won't need that day job part.
Yeah. Hopefully.
It sounds like, well, hey, after being on today, and like I said, playing it over and over again, and then they go to your sites and they look at all those other ones and Spotify and all that. That's how it happens.
I think
and I like
that's
to
the
think
goal.
about selling the merch. We got to look into that.
merch is the biggest
We
money.
got to do that for
Yeah.
the show.
Merch
we can put
makes
all
the
the bands
most.
that have been
Yeah.
on with us on there or something. Buy our
we
stuff.
should have brought some.
Everybody shares.
Oh yeah.
That would,
But
Yeah.
anyway, you guys wanted to. Well, what else do you want to say? I want to hear you play some more music. So, what else do we want to talk about before we play a song?
oh, Dan, what do you want to say?
Any promotions?
I
Yeah, like
mean,
what's coming
always,
Uh,
listen to the stuff we got out now. Stay tuned for stuff we got coming out in the future. We're working on a handful of new songs right now. So we're in the studio. We take the next couple months to really iron out a new batch of songs and hopefully come back, probably April, May,
yeah.
start swinging hard on some of these shows and get people riled up again. So
Man,
we're
keep an
pumped.
eye out.
Excited.
We got some good new music. I'm really excited, and I think it's evolutionary for us, which is always good. Same band, same nothing, for those that like us already, but it's evolved, of course, a bit and
Yeah.
tested us.
Same songwriting, a little bit different sound.
but,
Little experimentation.
a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah,
That's
a little
cool.
bit, but
Little
gotta
push,
keep
a
it
little
fresh.
growth.
I like that. I like that.
Does Joe get to collaborate on some of the new stuff with
He
you now?
should.
Hooking you
I
up
mean,
pretty
I
good?
would.
Come on down.
Come on and sing something.
I'd be down.
This is great. So let's hear another song from you guys. You guys could actually probably play us out because we're almost getting to the end.
Oh man, okay.
So are we ready for our next one?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There we are. Live right here on Bell and Company.
Heck yeah.
I gotta check mine. I don't know if it was me or you.
We're gonna do a quick. This is a live and authentic performance, so we're gonna tune really quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say we want to know what it is. What are we playing?
Okay. This song is ironically everyone's sitting, but stay in your seats. This song's called "We Stand," and it's really about coming together, kind of seeing past our differences and our divisions, and recognizing the things that make us the same, or appreciating, I guess, what makes us different, because we all have a different perspective on things. So, hope you like it.
Great. Here they are, right here live on Bell and Company.
That's a common theme for us. Is always about, I don't know, when writing music is trying to do something that is positive, or if it does have challenges, it's about trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know. Would you say that?
I would say, the human experience, the positivity, the community, the connection. We're all in this life together,
That
the end
sounds
of the
like a
day.
reference to the Star Trek movies. It actually says at one of the end of them, like the human adventure is just beginning. So you guys got inspiration from that?
Big
Live long
Star
and
Trek
prosper.
fan.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Can
That
you do
must
it?
be it.
Can
There we
you
go.
do the thing?
All right.
I can't actually.
He's
Trek
got it.
yourself.
He's got it both.
I never thought I would be doing. I just got turned on to Star Trek, like literally.
It's hard to do the salute.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Live
Forrest
long
Kelly
and
couldn't do
prosper.
Yeah, I'm a big Star Trek fan. Man.
All
I
right.
love it. He's a big Star Wars fan, by the way. If you ever ask him about
Yeah.
it, he's
Oh,
I
you
like
guys-
I like both, but I'm definitely a bigger Star Wars fan.
I'm not. No critique from me. I love them both. Probably Star Trek more. But anyway, here we are live on Bell and Company.
Sorry. You're good. Cardinal rule is never to do this.
Still alive.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You want to count it or? Look through the atmosphere, I see it all, and it looks so clear. A time has come to become one. What seems so far is yet so near. The unknown is all we fear. It's why we run from where we've come. I know we belong. And I know we belong. We stand over the rivers, dividing our lands. We can build our bridges and pave our paths. We stand. And I see you and you see me. We're dancing to the same heartbeat. Let's rise above. Let's fly as one. We're closer than you may think. The truth is flowing through our veins. Our time has come to become one. I know we belong. We stand over the rivers, dividing our lands. We can build our bridges and pave our paths. Alone I will go, far away from what I know, to grow on your own. Look deep inside the unknown. We stand over the rivers, dividing our lands. We can build our bridges and pave our paths. We stand over the rivers, dividing our lands. We can build our bridges and pave our paths. We stand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Great. Jackson
every
Adams
time you
live.
guys sing that song, it reminds me of "Awake on my airplane."
That's what I was
It
thinking
does.
too.
It does. Wait, now who sings
that one we've gotten before.
Filter.
Yeah.
Who sings that?
Filter.
That's right, Phil.
I
Boy,
think they're actually from here. So Filter, shout out to you.
Wow.
Shout out
It was
Filter.
not done on purpose, I promise. But
no,
John
no,
Lennon
still
did
good though.
say,
It's very different.
Great
but
artist Steele, something. I
He
think
did
that was
say
led.
that?
I think that was Jimmy Page.
Oh, okay. Maybe both. I don't know.
you know, there really
John
is
Lennon
nothing
said
new under the
"Strawberry
sun.
Fields Forever."
No, that was great, guys. You guys sound really good live. So now everybody's got to go out catch you guys live. Would you know where's your next live event? We should probably mention that.
We are a little bit on a holding pattern for that, so just stay tuned. More will come. Just because we're in the studio trying to focus on putting out the best music for you, and then once that's done, we'll probably hit some shows later on the back half of the year.
Can't
In the
wait.
meantime, check out our social medias, and you can stay up to date on what we're working on and what we got coming up. And we'll obviously let you guys know on there: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok when we got shows coming up and everything that's going on. So
And the website again is
JacksonAdams.com.
awesome. It was great having you guys here. It was awesome. I mean, I don't want to like down some like you weren't as good as them or they weren't as good as you, but that was great. That was probably one of the better ones
Thank you.
we've had on so far.
I'm telling you
Appreciate it.
guys, like, you guys do a deep dive. Anybody who's watching or listening, do a deep dive on their stuff. Watch their videos, listen to their songs on Spotify. Like, they have quality.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you.
Joe should do your PR for you. What do you
Yeah,
think?
for real.
Joe,
Joe, we just have an opening for a hype man. Would you? Are you looking for a job?
I don't know. Aaron's pretty great at that.
Aaron is really good at it, honestly.
He really is.
That's funny.
So okay, Aaron can be the hype man. You can be the marketing director.
Aaron was my editor for Henry the Hyper Hippo. So
that's
so-
Dang, nice.
everybody knows everybody around, like we said earlier in the other shows. I love it. Hey, it's a great community here. And it doesn't have to just be from Chicago. It could be the suburbs, anywhere in this area, general area, the Midwest for that matter. But it's been great having you guys on. Thanks again for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Another great episode here of Bell and Company. Of course, I'm Mario J. Bell. That's Joe Brunker over there. And Libby, you talked
Bye.
a lot more. You like that music, didn't you, Libby?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So thanks for coming on, guys. It's great.
I was
Thank you.
blown away.
Now you're gonna live on forever in the podcast sphere, video and audio. So
I love it.
everybody take care. Have a good night. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.